everyone, and welcome back to my channel. My name is Yetunde. I'm the owner of Majenye, where we don't do routines, we do rituals. In today's episode, Road to Launch, I will be taking you guys behind the scenes and showing you everything that I do in order to get prepared for launch day. So if that's the type of content that you enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe. On today's episode, I'm gonna just do a chit chat, I'm making stuff kind of video. I still have to make those body oils, fragrance oils, and the wax melts. So I'll be giving you guys a sneak peek today on how I do that. So I'm back. It is not the next day or the day after the next day or the day after the day after the day after the next day, but whatever. None of that matters. I was trying to figure out if I wanted to put these freshly cured candles in their perspective boxes and then put them into the shelves next to me. And I said, might as well. So off camera, I did go ahead and print these all up. So these are going to be the labels that go on each of the candle boxes. So the good thing about this is I will be able to determine when I am pulling your guys' orders which scent is in their boxes. Once I have done all that, then I will have some more space in my little area to go ahead and make the fragrance oils. And then you know what? I'm just going to stop it there. It's a new product, as well as the roll-ons are also a new product. So I don't want to over make stuff and have a whole bunch of inventory. And I can make those as the orders come in, as opposed to the candles and the wax melts, which needs some time to solidify and cure. So I think I'm going to leave those be. I've already created some wax melts. The wax melts are ready to order. The soaps have been ready for quite some time. So these are the last few stages until launch. By the time you see this, actually, I would have already launched. I'm just going to make some stuff now. It's truly so refreshing to finally have some of my own custom packaging. I've been wanting this for quite a while, so taking the time to do that finally just means the world to me. Set up all the boxes first. Okay, good. Some of those were already ready. So, first set. All right, this is 1111. I truly want the unboxing experience to be memorable. So anything you can do to elevate that experience is going to go a long way. So I hope you love it as much as I do. For some reason, I don't know why I thought these were going to, I know the boxes are a perfect fit for the candles, but I don't know why in my head I just felt like they were going to be way more bulky than they are. Yeah, I think these will actually fit in my cabinet quite well. Way better than I anticipated, actually. But I won't know until I actually put them in there, which is fine. All right, where am I? 11 labels, the green ones. Next scent is Mellow Moments. Grab those labels. Come on, paperclip. Everything is so much harder with nails. It's like they're worth it, but they have their own set of challenges. I'm just a girl. Okay. Okay, this one. So interesting unboxing these because some of them, the supplier did stack them upright, and then others got to do a little bit of you've got to do a little bit of Rubik's Cube on them to get them facing the way you want them to be. That one's fine. Okay. Velvet Dreams, you are up next. For those of you that are thinking about elevating your packaging and going the custom box route, I actually have a terrible, terrible story. My experience was not great. I had a subscription with Pietra, which is a supplier and small business, large business, scaling businesses tool that allows you to log on, and with your membership, you get access to a whole bunch of different suppliers for basically anything like notebooks, boxes, printed merchandise, clothes, apparel, just everything under the sun. And so I thought if I went that route, I would be able to vet a supplier that was directly on the app. And then if something went wrong, I would have Pietra be able to intermediate if I had any challenges or the supplier wasn't being responsive or whatever. And started this process in January of this year. By the time March rolled around, I had already gotten the samples that I needed and I was ready to order. So I confirmed my designs with the company, went ahead and placed the order. And then they basically went radio silent. They told me it was going to be about 3 weeks for them to produce my order. And I would message them inside the app. They would be non-responsive. And then I had their email, their business email as well. I was emailing them there. They were also non-responsive. So I finally just went to Pietra to intermediate, and it was terrible. They asked me, could I talk to the vendor and a whole bunch of stuff. I just was thinking to myself, I can't believe I'm doing this much back and forth for something that you guys are supposed to be handling. Like they have it on their website that that's something that they do, which is managing issues as they arise. That simply was not the case. There was one point in time when everybody was going back and forth about the tariffs, and this was before they had actually been enacted. And so I reached out to them and said, hey, I know that tariffs are going to change the shipment prices. Can you please, by this time they had my product for my order for 2 months almost. I said, oh, can you please produce these before the tariffs kick into play? And they said, oh, well, we don't have an estimate right now, but it's going to cost you an additional like $500 to get them shipped. And it was just a nightmare. I say all that to say that even if you do use a third party like Pietra or another reputable service, there's no way to really guarantee whether they are going to hold up their end of the bargain. I actually had to submit a claim with my bank because I had paid them and had not received my boxes, which was quite troubling. So I did have to find another supplier, and start all over, which was not ideal. So, like I said, it's trial and error, and you just have to figure out which supplier is going to be reputable, but you really don't know until you place an order yourself, is the best advice that I can give people. But the good thing about the age of the internet is it's not something that I bought with cash. I was able to recoup my money through my bank, and I will never use Pietra again for anything. Not fulfillment, not their supplier management tool, nothing, because they were absolutely useless and did not advocate for me as a brand at all. And now on to Enigma. And now on to Enigma. Where's my paperclip? Oh, there it is. Perfect. When I tell you guys, I can literally still smell these candles inside of the box. It's exhilarating. I think that's the best word to describe it. I wish you could smell this video. Oh, I guess while I have you here, I have to show you my checklist. So this is my little checklist over here, my to-do list of things that I have done, and some of them I haven't done. Okay, let's read them off. All right, candles. Whoopsie daisy, clumsy wumsy. Okay, candles. I made 32. Wax melts. I've got 32 of those. Body oils. I'm gonna do fragrance oils. I'm gonna wait on. I have at least 50 soaps. I know that much. We're definitely not 7 days. We're 0 days to launch. It's launch day. Okay. Finish the website. Check. Double check packaging. Check. Print labels for candle boxes. Check, check. I didn't do a teaser video for this video. I haven't done it yet. To be determined. Send 3 emails. Okay, I did. I'm doing email marketing now. Develop 4 ads and run them. Haven't done that yet. Finish YouTube launch videos. Okay, that's what I'm doing right now. Okay, that's something I'm working on it. Social media calendar for 2 weeks. Haven't done that either. I guess I could say for 1 week. 1 week. Check. So I guess I'll just write it again for the second week, because the goal is to have it for 2 weeks, but I don't have it for 2 weeks. So social media calendar for next week. All right, I'm a list girl. I gotta use the lists. The lists keep me honest. The lists keep me honest. So now that everything is all packaged up right behind me, I'm going to go ahead and scoot these over to the side so that I can make room on my station to make some of the body oils. Now I can get started. Okay, so I've done all of my math and I'm ready to go. I've got my oil, which I need to break into 2 batches because I'm making 2 different fragrances. And then I've got my blend here of my fragrance oils already stirred up and ready to go. And I'm going to go ahead and separate this oil and tear this out. All right. All right, so that is halfsies. Don't need this anymore. Is it halfsies? It doesn't look like halfsies. Let me do that again. I don't know. I'm having such a hard time with this. Let me just look at how much it is on the inside. All right. There we go, 1.5 liters. So I've got to get it to, all right, 0.75. Let me not even do this with the scale because I don't even have that here. There. All right, so now I can get my stirs. Where are my spoons? Here they are. Okay. Stir this up. Now I could use my new tools, but since I'm doing such a small batch today, I'm just going to do it the old-fashioned way and consider this light cardio. And I'm using the same principles that I would use if I was adhering this to wax, because I want to make sure that the fragrance goes all the way through. I've got my funnels. So I did talk about earlier how Vevor had sent me an old and used oil filling machine. So we're back to square one with the basics, which is fine. I'll do a little bit more research and find a reliable brand to use going forward in the future. But that's what being a small business owner is all about. Learning as we go. We're all figuring it out on our own. Okay. Well, this is a fancy funnel. Does that fit in? Yeah, it does. Maybe I'll use that. I'm going to change the camera angle so that it looks better for you guys. Sometimes I really feel like a movie producer or something when I'm setting this up for y'all. Because I'm like, wait, stop. Gotta get the right angle. Oh my goodness. This goes down so slow. Do I need a toothpick? I get something to help with the flow. I'll never get these filled if at that rate, or maybe I can use a different size. I'll use a different size. Okay, we've tried that one. Let's try another one. Oh, this one has a wider. I changed the nozzle, so let's see if that's going to be better and more free flowing than the last one. It's wider at the bottom. So, ooh, no, I'm making a mess. Ah, this is a disaster. Okay, this one's wide too, but I've already put the labels on it. And, maybe I just need to pour it with my right hand instead. All right, now I'm getting the hang of it. My word. Oh, I'm still spilling. This is so hard. Now I see why people have the oil filling machines. All right, I've made a mess. A proper mess that I need to clean up. Well, one down. I'm also not going to pre-label these because that in itself is a disaster. Lesson learned. Sure, it's nice and snug. One down. I don't know. Now I'm kind of wondering, should I put the bad nozzle back on there? Oh, that was a clean pour. Did not give me anxiety. Okay. Getting the hang of it. Trial and error, trial and error. No spillage. Look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? Gorgeous, gorgeous, darling, gorgeous. Okay. Next. And then there was one. Oops. Okay, let me clean this up. All right, remember how I said I already had these labeled? I had prepared for this video by labeling both batches I was going to do today. So, that ship has sailed. And so, luckily, I have gotten a little bit used to these funnels and how to pour accurately. So, I'm hoping that I don't have a whole bunch of spillage, which is one of the reasons why I'm all the way on this other side of the candle boxes that I've made. Just in case there's a mishap, I'll have enough time to move them or scoot them out the way. I'm going to actually replace this wax paper altogether. Well, actually, no, that's not necessary because I'm going to put those into my cabinet. I also need to shrink wrap those tops. Well, maybe not shrink wrap. There is a tape that they use for the fragrance oils when they ship them to you. I'm going to put that on the basins or the collars of these because I don't want anything spilling out when people are ordering. Nobody wants that, right? No one. All right. Now take 2. I guess I'm finding if you hold it a little bit higher and don't let it actually touch the, oh, look at that. Made a mess. My paper towel. Just as I was talking about not making a mess. See? Look, I jinxed myself. Jinxed myself altogether. Perfect pour. Kind of said that like flawless victory, Mortal Kombat. It's quite the accomplishment. As you can see, I have been struggling getting these poured. Got spilling it everywhere. Another one. I'm actually afraid to say I've got the hang of it now because I don't want to jinx myself again, so I won't. Let's pick up and move on to the next bottle. All right, all done. Today we're packing orders, so it's not going to be a whole bunch of talking. I'm just going to grab the stuff, put it in the boxes, and get it out to USPS and UPS. So I've already printed out their order sheets as well as their labels for the boxes. So I guess I'm just going to do it. Anyways, I don't really have a transition for that. I feel like every time I step away and I'm just like, let's get to it, I have to say something else, and maybe I don't. I guess I'll get better with that as this goes on. But anywho, enough chatting. I'm gonna do it now. Maybe I'll just do it. Doing it. So I guess I can do a little chit chat with you guys while I set this one up. This first customer, they've got the 1111 candle, the Enigma candle, Saharan musk roll on, and rosewater soap. I'm sending them a sample candle box as well, just so they can get a feel for some of the other scents. And then the second order, it is a Saharan musk roll on. Oh, okay. That's really popular. You guys are waiting on that, weren't you? Okay, so Saharan musk roll on, the carrot turmeric soap, and a wax melt. So I've pulled all of these items from inventory and I'll just go ahead and start packing them up. One thing that is important for me to do is say thank you. I am a small business and I do appreciate you taking the time out to give me a shot and try my products. So everybody gets a thank you card in their order. They also get, if they ordered candles, you'll get one of these, which is a candle care tips. And this gives you all the information that you need if you have never had a wooden wick candle before, because the maintenance is a little bit different. You have to use wick trimmers in order to trim the wick every time you burn the candle so you don't have soot in your pool of wax as you are burning it over time. So that's really important. Please keep these candle tips. It's also on the side of the boxes too. So just in case you throw away this paper, if you keep the box, then you'll still have the same information. So do not fret. And I'm also trying to find, oh, here they are. These are my thank you cards that all the customers get. as well. And it's just a little note that has a discount code on it and all of our socials on the back. So both of these will be going to these ladies as well. I feel like handwritten notes go a really long way, that the founder took the time to write you a little handwritten note, even if they're just putting your name. I think it's just extra icing on the cake. That's also just the beauty of supporting small business owners. You are actually seeing me create the products. You're seeing me write the handwritten notes. I'm shipping it out myself. When you are supporting bigger corporations, yes, there are founders, and there probably was a time period in which they were doing these same exact things until they scaled. But there is a little bit of a disconnect with the profile of the business and the person. Whereas when you support small business owners like me, it's me who's making all your stuff. I truly appreciate your business. This is one of my smaller boxes right here. I already folded it up. And this is one of my bigger boxes. So I'm going to take a moment to fold this box up. I will say I had a job out of high school that was at Domino's, and one of the things I had to do was fold the Domino pizza boxes. I opened the store and I had a quota that I had to do when I came in for my shift, and that really prepared me to do this. You just get really, really quick at it, and it's kind of like a motor skill that you can pick back up again. So never discount those jobs that were in your past life or many moons ago, because you never know what skills you might end up picking up when you are doing something else or starting your own business. Don't take experience for granted, that's for sure. I actually don't know if the 2 candles, the rest of the order, and the sample pack can fit in this box. So I'm going to do like a little tester to see. If not, it's definitely not going to fit. It will not fit. I was about to say, if not, then I have a bigger box that I can get to put all of this in. I'm going to go and grab that. Take 2. So I've got the biggest box I have, actually. I'm going to assemble this. Same concept, luckily. All right. The box is assembled. This will surely fit everything I have, or I'm hoping so. Yes, okay, this is going to fit everything. Excellent. So I can get my tissue out. I also have to stuff these candle boxes on the side. So I have my crinkle paper for that. Don't want to strip out anything that is not going to get to my customers in a secure fashion. Not only is it my hard work, but no one wants a broken candle. So each one of these, I will stuff the sides. You see these little corners. I'll stuff these sides with crinkle paper to ensure that they reach their final destination in perfect form, ready to burn. I actually wish I could have gotten black boxes for all of my shipping boxes. I was having a really hard time. Whoopsie daisies. I was having a really hard time finding boxes in the size that I needed them in black. But I love how luxurious and chic black packaging is. Also, I feel like it stands out because a lot of people have craft boxes and a lot of people have white boxes. So when you see this black shipping box in the mail, you're like, ooh, what is that? It's different. And so maybe I'll do a little bit more research and try to find it. But for the biggest orders, they will be shipping out in the black box. So I'm excited about that. Switch the camera angle because it's easier for me to talk this way than to in the other direction. There we go. It's nice and secure. Put the box lid back on it. It's definitely not a surprise, but when I think about this crinkle paper, it kind of reminds me of confetti. Same type of concept. Surprise, 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 surprise. Even though it's not a surprise, you ordered, you know it's coming. But crinkle paper, confetti, all in the same family. I guess I should move this box so you can't actually see. There we go. Now I need my tissue paper. To line the box with. Whoa, almost got that clumsy onesie. So, okay. A little bit more crinkle. Nothing should be moving in here. That way it gets to its final destination intact. Is anything shaking? No, it's past the shake test. Great. All right. Let's do this one now. All right. And that one is ready to go. Now I can ship them off. So that's it. We've reached the end of yet another video. If this is the type of content you enjoy, please like, comment, and subscribe. Help me grow my channel. And until next time, bye.